All right, let's get it.
Chariots has been on some crazy.
Look, the fighter jets.
Yeah, yup. There's a couple videos that fighter jets are chasing them. That's real, bro.
Yeah.
That's real.
All right,
hey, shalom, brothers.
Shalom.
We the Hebrew Israelites coming in week in, week out to preach the downfall of the kingdom. That's spiritually Egypt and spiritually Babylon that we call America. And also tell our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, they are the real chosen people of the Bible, the Hebrew Israelites. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, chosen people, Yasha Allah. But first and foremost, we'll give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Rakak Badash. Double honors to the apostles and elders. We learn the truth from GMS. Blessings to the Akimadir preaching his word. Wahor to sincerity. Blessings to the 144,000, 1/3 entirely. The first fruits kingdom in heaven. House of David, Wiyaf, Dawadah. And shalom to brothers out there speaking different tongues and looking different nations. Shalom to you brothers.
It's playing with it. It's playing with it.
Yeah, like really.
Look, let it catch up, and then it said, you hear him and say it can't keep up, and then it just starts starting on it.
That's some real footage. Oh, that's crazy.
Hey, shalom, Akim. I guess we're gonna start this. We're going through the spirit, but we're gonna start this lesson off with the chariot to the Most High, man. And it's a video. I don't know if y'all can see it.
So we have an F-22.
It's an F-22 going after a UFO, and it looks like the UFO is actually playing with it. It couldn't keep up, so it just accelerated on it. It's like playing with it.
No, but this one's gonna get caught.
No, this either could be fake footage, real footage, but through the spirit, I believe is real. This actually,
it's another one. I seen one where there was 3 to 4 chariots, and it was like three F-22s chasing all of them. When it was chasing, it's following them, and the chariots was just moving across, and it was F-22s just following them.
no, see, even in this one right here, in this video right here, damn, I wish I could just like videos up on the screen or whatever. But in this video, you see a chariot moving so fast in a lightning storm. Look at this shit. You see it darting across. Fast as shit. Watch the middle screen. Oh, fast as shit.
Wow,
Bro.
that's insane. That's crazy.
This right here, one of the clear sighting that it'll last. So right here, a private pilot spots a UAP. One of the clear. Oh my goodness! Whoa! Look at this joint come up. It's gonna come up the screen like that. Watch this. Wow! It was like a diamond shape, man. Look, man. Salaki Akim, I know I can't really show everything on the screen. I mean, it's a little glare or whatever. But from the bottom of the screen, you'll see a chariot moving really fast across the screen, right there. And it looked like a diamond. It looked like a diamond shape, man. So we're gonna go through the spirit, and we're gonna just talk about the chariots of the Most High, man. The vehicles that are being piloted by the angels of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. And more. In this day and age, because of the technology, and also because the Lord is revealing Himself unto the world, you know, more and more sightings are being shown to the point where people are getting clear depictions of it. People are actually starting to be able to see lights. People are starting to see in crazy storms when the lightning flashes. You see chariots hovering around the lightning storms. There was actually a video where a lightning storm was going off, and it looked like there was a chariot harvesting the lightning. The lightning came down and hit the chariot, and it looked like that chariot was like holding on to it, like it was powering up, and then it shot off. You know, so there's so much going on, man. And over in the war in Ukraine, there's a big uptick in Russia, Ukraine, a big uptick in chariot sightings. Over in Africa, near Egypt, in Syria, a lot of the places where war is going on. There's a really big uptick on chariots of the Most High, man. Now, they call it UAPs now because now they're openly on national TV saying that UFOs are real. And I'm pretty sure y'all probably seen that video, I think it was in Mexico, showing a little green man. Well, I felt like it was a bunch of bullshit. Man, because we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua who is actually piloting the chariots of the Most High, man. All right? What you got?
Yeah, let me bring out what's that? Yeah, yo, you have to say that when you see a chariot. Like if you don't know the truth, it's gonna freak you out.
These videos are crazy.
Yeah, they are. This is
Oh wow. This is what I mean by they're becoming more and more visible, because the Lord is about to visit this place, man. The Lord is sending Yahweh Shah back to wage war with the earth, man. And what the Lord right now is doing is he's showing his power. He's showing his power, man. And how's he showing his power? Through the chariots, man. You know? But go ahead,
Zechariah 5, starting at 1. It says, "Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll."
Now, mind you, even though the apostle was basically given a depiction of what he saw in the sky, and by their layman's terms back then, they could only describe things based off of what their knowledge was. Not to say that these men weren't advanced, because they were advanced. They knew about different technologies. You got to think the Lord walked on the earth at one point. The Lord was with the people. They seen chariots, and it was normal. So when he looked up, he didn't say, "Oh, I was fearful of this orb in the sky." No, he said it was a flying roll. Go ahead.
And it said, "And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits." I believe 10 cubits is a foot and a half. A cubit is a foot and a half. So
Yeah.
that's like pretty.
So it was like 30 by. It was like 30 by like 20 something. That's pretty big.
And that's if he was
right.
right.
And that's if he was right. Exactly.
Right.
But
Could have been bigger. It said, "Then said he unto..."
also, Salakia, to cut you off. Remember, he's looking up.
Right, correct.
So when you look up, things look, whenever the farther away they are, the smaller they look.
Right.
So when he looked up, it might have been a distance. He was like, it's like 20 by 10 cubits, right? But as it got closer, or if it would have gotten closer, it could have been way larger.
Way bigger. Yep.
What?
And so he said, "Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stilleth shall be cut off as of on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it."
God. And the reason why I say this is the curse that is set forth on the earth is because when you see chariots, they're more than likely on some kind of mission. The angels that are piloting these chariots are probably on some type of mission, whether it was helping the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, which was what it was a flame by night and a covering by day. If I'm paraphrasing,
Something like that.
Salakia,
Yeah.
if I'm saying it wrong, right? Or they could be out doing missions for the Lord, reconnaissance, looking up stuff, or destroying stuff, man, putting people to death.
Causing natural disasters.
There's actually videos of chariots going into volcanoes, going over volcanoes before they erupted. Chariots over big explosions. Chariots over, like I said, thunderstorms, lightning storms, great storms. So these chariots are showing power. Go ahead.
And it says, "I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and it shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof." Yeah, that's it on that.
So the description of this chariot was a flying roll. Now, a flying roll could be two things. So if you look at UFOs of today, when they speak of them, they say it's either like cigar shape, which is also like a roll shape, because a roll can be long or it can be in a disc form. So we're not exactly sure what kind of roll he was describing, but we understand that the chariots of the Most High, come with great power. Whether they can camouflage themselves as clouds, because we have videos. There's videos of people using like these infrared cameras, and they're seeing like specks in the clouds, or when lightning goes off, they see things behind the shadow of the cloud. There's probably chariots above us right now, cloaked in the sky, and we can't even see them. Right?
Matter of fact, hold up.
What?
Hold up, because it said the Lord of hosts, right? And also when it's talking about the chariots consuming, we already know that technology that the chariots have are laser beams or some type of timber or fire or brimstone type of it's some highly concentrated.
It's a laser beam.
It's
It's,
some-
an
yeah,
energy. It's an energy beam, and it utterly obliterates.
This video showing you that, yo.
Oh,
listen,
like the one
yo,
video when a missile was shot,
Yo.
and you seen a laser beam come out you seen a chariot fly up towards you see the rocket or missile being shot, and you see the chariot like it was moving in slow motion, came around, shot it with something, came around, shot it with something,
right.
and then the shit blew up.
Not to mention that missile going like Mach 3, Mach 4.
Mm-hmm.
So the chariot's speed level was so much advanced, it can circle around it like it was
It's
a cat to
incomprehensible.
a turtle. Like it was,
Yeah,
it's
it's
retarded.
incomprehensible. You can't even comprehend the speed and the magnitude. Remember the chariot that was that over Washington D.C. that came down real slow,
Right.
and you heard a loud boom.
Yeah, that was
it
a statement.
Loud
That
boom,
was
and
a
it shot up so fast that you could if you blink, you could barely see it. You wouldn't have been able to see it. We'll go down.
Yeah, get this.
Yeah, but I implore brothers, man, go on TikTok and type in UFOs,
that's
and
killing.
you're going to see so many new sightings and videos from the past month alone. I'm just talking about September and August. September and August, you'll see so many videos of people catching things on their cameras, man. And I feel like this is the spirit of the Lord being poured on this earth because the Lord is about to visit this place, man. The Lord is about to judge this place, man. Remember, it's because it's the Lord of hosts, right? The Lord of armies, man. And these chariots are what? There's soldiers piloting these chariots, man. All right, just the same way how the world, on the third verse, these mere mortals have their military and their fighter jets. Well, the Lord got his chariots, man. All right, go on.
So this is an account from 2 Kings from Elisha.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where I believe Elisha was telling them what I'm just gonna read it out.
Read it, yeah.
2 Kings 6, starting at they had a whole army, right?
There was they were afraid, yeah. And he said, "There's men more of us than there's them." Yeah.
Yep. 2 Kings 6 and 14 and 13, and he said, "Go and spy where he is, that I may send and fetch him." And it was told him, behold, he is in Dathan. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host, and they came by night and compassed the city about. And when a servant of the man of Yahweh was risen early, he going forth, behold, and hosts compassed the city both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, At last, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with him.
So Elisha was basically surrounded by a great army, an innumerable number where they could barely count. They just knew it had come past the whole city, round about, and then his companion that was with him, I forgot who it was, basically saying, like, how are we going to handle this? How are we going to be able to get around this army? What are we going to do? And Elisha basically tells him, hey, listen, basically fear not. There's more of us than there is of them. And he's basically shocked of these words. Go ahead.
And it says, and Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha.
No. So here we go. So now Elisha prayed to the Lord that his companion, the Lord could take the veil off his eyes. Because remember, I just told you that the chariots are what? Can be cloaked.
Cloaked, yeah.
The chariots can be hidden in plain sight. There can be a chariot above. Matter of fact, if you watch Black Panther,
Yeah, Black Panther.
if you Black Panther, when T'Challa or Killmonger looked up after his father was killed, he looked up and he seen a chariot uncloak itself and then dish off and then fly off, and that's how he knew, wait, there's something else going on. And then he dedicated his life to go find out what that was, and found out about Wakanda,
Yeah.
if you will,
Which is also his biological family.
which is biological family, which is AKA in our sense is the kingdom of heaven, which hasn't been established on earth, but just giving a perspective of how the chariots can be completely cloaked, right? So Elisha prayed to the Lord that he basically pulled the veil off of his companion's eyes so he could be able to see. And when he looked up upon the mountain, he seen nothing but chariots and horses and chariots of flames of fire, wheels with inside wheels spinning. He saw a great match. He saw an armada. He looked up and was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, it was a nice little situation.
He said, "Oh shit!" And I guarantee you that was very what? It was very it was perplexing, but and also very calming for him to know that the army he was with was greater than what he also seen on the earth, man. Go ahead.
I was
Finish it.
at 18. And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Lord and said, "Smite this people, I pray thee, with the blindness," and he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. So they even delivered them too after all that. Just like kind of like how the angels did with those Sodomites in Sodom and Gomorrah. With Lot, because Lot tried to plead the case, and those angels had smited them with blindness, so that way they couldn't go forth what they were trying to do. It's also going into the fact that angels, are the ones who deliver, and the Lord sent the angels to make something happen.
Yeah, the Lord is also going to send the angels and the chariots to what? Gather the elect.
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
We'll get to that later.
We're gonna get to that.
But the chariots of the Most High are very important in the story that's to come. Because even Yahushua himself, when he comes back, to fight the world's army, he's coming back on what? A great chariot, a great vehicle, right? That he flew upon, and he's going to have what? The angels with him, right? He's going to have the angels with him. So what we're seeing right now is an uptick in UFO sightings or chariot sightings, and it's because the Lord is literally about to visit this place. The Lord is allowing the kings of the earth to reverence him, if you will, to basically go, yeah, get your shit together because I'm coming to wage war. This is why you got the Space Force and you got all these programs around the earth, and they're all trying to get what? Better technology, better weapons to be able to fight what? A threat that comes from the sky.
I saw there's a documentary with the boy named Stephen Greer. I was watching that at my pop crib, and it's a fact now that Trump did create the Space Force because of so-called UFOs.
Yep.
It was the primary focus of it.
It was common sense.
Yeah, it was common sense.
Common sense. He said, what was Space Force? So it's not like any other nation on the earth has a Space Force. He like, no, we need a Space Force. We need to put some money. I need Elon Musk. Y'all need to figure out how to fucking get past the firmament because we can't. Or we need to be able to get enough technology or something that can be advanced enough to be able to fight, to keep up the speeds of these chariots, but also to be able to fight with their kind of armor and their kind of their kind of firepower, man. Because it is documented by the government to know what kind of firepower that the chariots have. Now, like I said, in small instances, that one video that our brothers can look up where you see a chariot, a missile, or it was a rocket being shot, and you see the chariot come around, shoot a laser beam, and that shit blow up in the sky, Or the time there's stories about how a chariot came down over missile silos, nuclear missile silos, and turned them on.
Yep. And the silos were on purposely held back to old technology, they say so-called can't be tampered with, and they were still tampered with by the angels. That was crazy.
Exactly.
That was crazy.
Exactly. So these are the things that people are not understanding. See, they're trying to desensitize the people. Just like was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, they showed a picture of a small alien figure laying in a box and said, "This is one of the aliens that we got from a wreckage."
I saw that. Yeah.
And they're trying to desensitize the people to believe that what? Well, now, why what does the so-called white man do to create a sense of power? They make things that are bigger smaller, and they make them seem bigger than they actually are. So what I mean by that is this: if I'm 6'5", 280 pounds, why would I be scared of a 4'11" young man? So what they're doing is they're making you believe that these aliens are what? Insignificant. They have no strength. They're just small. And if we can keep up with their technology, we'll be able to beat them. But they're not really telling you is these are actually probably tall, afro, black men who are bloodthirsty, who want to sit here and wage war with the earth for the Lord's bidding. They're eager to do his bidding, man. Get that real quick. There's spirits.
Spirit. Yeah, and also there's
I'll get that.
Get that. And there's also I'm gonna bring another scripture where contrary to popular belief, the scriptures describe angels as being mighty. They're mighty ones. So that's opposite of weak.
Exactly. Well, what they're doing is they always give you these movies like they give you these alien movies where these tentacle ass fucking beings running around and they have to wear suits. Because even in the movie Alien, right? The aliens had to wear a suit, the alien suit on top of them because their biological cells were very weak, so they had to wear a suit on top of it, right? They're always showing you aliens as being disgusting, multi-legged, and or little, or super slender, right? They're not letting you know that these are mighty men, man. These are the angels of the Lord are tall. Angels of the Lord are if you will, muscular, big. You got to think, if the Lord can give man spiritual power to teach thy fingers to fight, these angels already have all this stuff written into
They
their
already
being.
know how to do it, yeah.
They're already written into their being. They're the ultimate warriors.
Yep.
They are the ultimate warriors. So don't listen to Esau and his deception when he tries to make you believe that aliens are these little green beings that if we can get them out of their ships, we can kill them. No, man. The Lord lets it be known that if one angel was loosed on this earth, just one.
What you about to bring out is going to cut that Sirach 39 to 28. It's going to cut that. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, all right. I was about to grab it.
Because if these angels are under the command of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is the ultimate force and entity that's ever been I'm gonna say understood, or at least known that it was that was around, and the creator of all, then it's impossible for these angels to be what Esau is depicting to be.
Mind you, the Lord even says that He's going to fashion our bodies unto His bodies,
and they got the bodies already.
and they already got.
They already got.
Mind you, and mind you, I can't tell you how angels are born or how angels are created or anything like that. Well, I'm not going to sit here and get into all the semantics. I'm not going to get into the book of Enoch when it says that angels are born of fire. It says that angels are born of fire while we're born of clay. And that's a whole, like, I don't know. So I'm not going to get into that. But let's just say they are born of fire.
But we do know there's a difference between terrestrial and celestial. And terrestrial is weak and celestial is strong.
Exactly.
Remember, celestial also goes into immortality. So you got to weigh that balance right there.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. And what are these spirits, man? These spirits can be either good angels or evil angels, man. Now, when I say evil angels, they're still under dominion of the Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They're created for exactly the purpose that they were created for. There are spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
That is not weak at all.
It's not weak at all.
That's some shit.
It's not weak at all. You gotta understand, man. If one angel was loosed on the earth, mind you, it says 4 angels holding back the winds of destruction, right? 4, just 4, right? I had 3 fingers out. 4, right? The Lord Yahweh Shah is coming back with his entire armada.
That's not fair.
It's overkill. When only, mind you, he's bringing back the armada and he says, look, I'm gonna handle then he even says, I'm gonna handle the world's army myself. Y'all go hunting.
Yeah, go do
Y'all go hunting. Let me show my power. What?
The angels that was a lot was 2 of them.
God,
they did some damage.
It was only 2. Yeah, it was only 2 angels.
Yeah, it was 2.
So 2 angels, and they watched you. They destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor, mind you.
Yeah, it was 2.
And the neighboring cities. People don't understand. It wasn't just Sodom and Gomorrah. It was also
neighboring cities.
Neighboring cities that were all caught up in all that shit. The Lord said, y'all guilty by association. Y'all too close. Y'all doing the same shit y'all doing. I'm going to knock it all off. This is the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. It says, verse 29. It says, Sirach 39 and 29. It says, fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. It says, they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. Therefore, from the beginning I was resolved, and though upon these things, and have left them in writing. So he's literally saying, look, man, there are angels that were created just for vengeance. Just to freaking lay on sore strokes and to do the Lord's judgment.
Yeah, like that's...
And they're waiting upon the earth. That's why I said there's probably... Our camp name is Behind Enemy Lines. Do you know how many angels is probably encamped around the planet, cloaked all around us right now, waiting just for the Lord to say, I'm on my way. And then they're going to just start getting busy.
Yo, actually, theoretically,
bro, it's crazy.
It is. When you go to it's one in Revelations and Ezekiel 9 where it says that hold back the destruction and don't hurt no green grass until my servants are sealed.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
once all the servants are sealed, and then when they sealed, then they go in.
Then they're gonna get busy.
Yeah,
right.
So,
then they're gonna get busy.
Hey, paraphrasing.
And the Lord. So you're right. But we're gonna know that the servants are sealed when what? Jacob's trouble shoots off. And famine of the word is once famine of the word hit the scene, we already know the elect is sealed. So the Lord gave us instructions to know when the times are coming. Right. Go to Matthew 24. real quick. Just that first.
Deliver the elect or
No.
not wars, rumors of wars,
No,
right?
the signs. These are the signs thereof. One second, I get it real quick.
Okay. So beginning.
Yeah.
Yo, man. And even if they so-called
Right.
court an angel, you should be scared, theoretically. I wouldn't even want to go near that shit. Like,
It's the book of Matthew 24 and verse 3. I'm only going to bring this out. And it says, "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world?" And like the brother just said, right? There's angels holding back the four winds, right? Four winds of destruction, right? Until what? Until the elect are sealed. This is a sign. We're going to know that the elect are sealed when all hell breaks loose. We're going to know that the elect are sealed when the famine of word hits, and then you won't see us and like-minded men on the highways and hedges, right? You're going to know that the end of the world is here when Jacob's trouble and that mark of the beast is being implemented, right? We're going to know these are the signs that the Lord has given us, right? Another one of those signs is the uptick in chariot sightings all over the place, right? In war-torn Ukraine, they're saying that the troops are seeing UFOs almost every night.
yeah.
They out here like, yo, bro, what's that? What's that? They thinking it's enemy, and they just see something, a blue beam, boom. They're like, yo, did Russia come up with some new shit?
Yeah.
They not understanding, bro. The Lord is a man of war. So, right, what you think that the Lord is not going to be in the midst of war? All the war going on around the world, man. The Lord, if evil be done in the city, you really believe the Lord has not done it, or had a hand in starting it and stirring it up? The Lord is the one controlling the hearts of the kings, man. Right? Especially, we just got them reading how these spirits are created for vengeance, and right, and they're waiting.
Actually, what's beautiful about the scriptures, that I love the most, not only that it's faithful and true, but it's beautiful how the Lord got information in scripture that's also being transparent out in real life. So when brothers see UFOs, so-called UFO sightings on YouTube, one of the best ones you'll see is when chariots merge together, or it'll be a big chariot and some leave
and they come
some
up,
go back
it'll
into
be
them.
like a bright orb. And like I've seen a video where it was a bunch of chariots all around each other, just like all around,
Right.
and they all started coming together. Like,
or it'll be a big chariot and they go into it, or
Yep.
some will come out.
Yep.
So this is Zechariah 6, and this is how you know the scriptures that these chariots been here since the beginning of the world. And I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, there came 4 chariots out from between 2 mountains.
see, and what are those 2 mountains?
Bigger ones.
Bigger ones, right? Remember it said the Lord flew upon a what? A mountain.
And like you said earlier, this is the best they got with their vocabulary and their intellect. That's the best they can explain it.
They had to explain what power and how big something was. They was like, yo, man, I just see these 2 big mountains, and then these 4 chariots came out of that joint. You're like, huh?
Yo, where we're at.
You know? Go ahead.
It says, and I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, there came 4 chariots out from between 2 mountains, which are 2 bigger ones. And the mountains were mountains of brass.
Exactly. This is how you know this is not talking about an actual mountain.
Yep.
Right? Now, mind you, was it really brass? We don't know the metal, but this was probably the color of it.
Yep. Amber, sometimes
It was probably amber and
flame
also
of fire. Yep.
amber, flames of fire,
Yep.
and also when something heats up, right? You gotta think of energy heating up. Now, I'm not saying it heating up like no, I'm gonna keep it like that. Something heats up, right? It goes off of like a burnished brass color, right? So you got great lights coming out of it, right? 2 great mountains that look like brass because they were being heated up or they were giving off a certain hue. Go ahead.
Oh, that's dope.
Go ahead.
It says, in the first chariot were red horses, in the second chariot black horses, in the third chariot white horses, in the fourth chariot grizzled and bay horses, different colors. And also you can also relate it to Revelations. We're talking about the other horses as well, where the white was Yahushua, red will be Esau, black will be the 12 tribes of Israel, and the other one be full-blown death. This one it says, and the angel. And it says, and then I answered and said unto the angel that talked with me, what are these, my Lord? And the angel answered and said unto me, these are the 4 spirits of the heavens which go forth from standing before the Lord of all the earth. You're talking about that. The black horses which are therein go forth into the north country, and the white go forth and after them, and the grizzle go forth after the south country, and the bay went forth, and the salt to go that night walk to and fro through the earth, and see, get you hence, walk to and fro through the earth. So they walk to and fro through the earth. So like they said, what's that, Zechariah 5, this is the curse that go forth over the whole course of the earth. So like the brother was talking about, there's chariots everywhere. They have different jobs on different missions, obviously, doing different things for different circumstances, from the command and the direction of the Lord. Easy.
Not to mention, and then we got an uptick in death increase. You know how much judgment going out? You know how many people dying weird deaths? You ever see somebody, bro, walking down the street and just so happen a truck come from on the other side of the curb, flip upside down and just smash you? You the only one that died?
You the only one that died.
You think a death angel ain't fucking caused that? Come on, man.
Come on, like a specific
Come on, man. That was for you, man.
Yeah.
Final destination. You can't get away. You can't get away from it, man. What?
Yeah, I'm gonna debunk Esau right now.
Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel 1, actually. Ezekiel 1, and it says, now it came to pass in the 13th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river of Chabar, that the heavens were open, and I saw visions of the Most High. In the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of King Jehoiachin's captivity, the word of the Lord came expressly unto Ezekiel and the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans by the river Chabar, and the hand of the Lord was there upon him. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came from out the north, a great cloud, a fire enfolded itself, and the brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. It's going into the same.
It says a fire enfolding in itself.
Right.
That means it looked like it was alive. It was moving. Think of like a
Esau described it to him from the Messilos in the military.
yeah, kind. So you got a fire enfolding itself. So not a fire coming out, but it's like it's coming back into itself. Or that could be like a will with inside a will, like infinity. Think of like an infinity, right? And it's bro, that's.
Or when you look up and you look at a so-called UFO from a spherical jaw, that little hole in the middle from the beam up, like a will within the will itself.
Will with inside a will.
Yeah,
man.
I mean,
it give me spinning at different different
freaky
speeds.
shit.
Bro, it's crazy, man. Crazy. Go ahead.
Yep, and it says also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and everyone had 4 faces, and everyone had 4 wings, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. So there you go. So they sparkle with melanated brown skin as well. And they had the hands.
What's that movie? Into the Dragon.
Into the Dragon, yup.
Right, Into the Dragon, when he had that golden hue over top of him.
Yup.
He's like, who's the baddest? Showed up. But
it also tell you that the angels are predominantly melanated.
Yep. Burnished brass, man. You know, they had a glow to them. What?
And they had the hands of a man under their wings on their 4 sides, and they had their faces and their wings. Their wings were joined one to another. They turned not when they went everyone straight forward. Damn, so they had wings and their chariots that was in unison with them. Yep. And so that means two wings were flat going this side, and the other wings were kept in the back down here, and the arms was hanging down the bottom. That's crazy.
So how my hands are underneath my garment?
Yeah.
So think about it. You got wings covering the front, and wings in the back.
And then their hands is right down on the side of them, just chilling.
That's
insane.
That's insane,
bro. Yo. Then it says, as for the likeness of their faces, they 4 had the face of a man and the face of a lion, and on the right side, the 4 had the face of an ox on the left side, and they 4 also had the face of an eagle. Now you got to also, Ariel can go through this really dope on those different things, but you also got to remember there's plenty of accounts in the scriptures where someone seen an angel was terrified. So this can also be straightforward, literal too, like because angels look in different situations. And then there's angels that actually look beautiful and glorious. Yeah. So
no, I believe there's different types of angels. I do believe that.
Everybody be scared. Matter of fact, that angel that showed up with
But you also remember it says angels. Remember it says even Lucifer can take many forms, right?
Right, correct. Yeah.
So you can come in the form of a man, or you can come in a celestial form that will be frightening to the the mere mortal of humans, right?
Remember this, Yahweh Shah disfigured himself to something that wasn't mortal on top of that mountain with Moses and Elisha. So
Exactly.
hey, man. And it says, and they went everyone straight forward, whither the spirit was to go. They went and they turned not when they went. And we see that plenty of times on those videos where chariots just go wherever they want to go. They ain't gotta make a U-turn.
They don't gotta make a turn. They just go.
They just go.
Actually, there was a fighter pilot who said they were defying the laws of physics.
Yup, I saw that.
Because instead of like a fighter jet, like I say, when a fighter jet want to go left, it'll have to
turn in a certain
right. These motherfuckers was
do. And
they turned not.
And they turned not. And matter of fact, there was I forgot what type of plane. I know about planes, but I forgot it was an F-18 or an F-35. Don't matter. But there was a fighter jets they got response of something in the air on radar. So off those
F-22.
F-20. Well, I mean,
those are our response.
Oh, okay, correct. Okay,
I mean, just add
more or less. And they was in the water, off those aircraft carriers.
F-22.
Yup. And then they took off. They took off and they found the chariot. And then when they found the chariot literally dropped down in the speed they couldn't understand, just about almost 5 feet from the water. And then they shot back up and they followed it, and then it literally just reversed backwards and backwards toward them, and then their planes were forward and it went back behind them.
Like
the guy said,
it didn't have to turn around.
Not at all. It just was like it was boom, and then boom,
came back towards them.
And what's dope is the Edomite was in an interview and he said, popular contrary to belief, contrary to popular belief. He was saying, listen, right now we're not sure if these things are hostile, but by the way they move and the type of technology, how if they were, there was nothing we can do to stop these things.
Exactly.
They would utterly destroy us.
And this is why Trump created the Space Force, and this is why they're trying their hardest to come up with technological advances, to be able to fight the Lord, man. Because I remember everything that Esau does is geared towards fighting the Lord, or trying to establish their form of the kingdom of heaven, or trying to destroy the children of Israel so they will not be put into servitude, man. Well,
it's a cut right here. 13. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, and like the appearance of lamps. And every time you see chariots, they like orbs of light, and they look all bright. And it went up and down among the living creatures, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. Man, this shit
and
crazy.
that lightning, like I said, see, look, we already gave descriptions of this. There's a video I said it earlier. It's a video of a chariot shooting almost like a lightning beam out of it, shooting down a missile. Then you got we're debunking Esau when a couple of weeks ago they tried to show a little green alien that's maybe about 3 feet tall, little as shit, laying in a box, dead in a box. When we're letting you know that the angels, those that are actually piloting the chariots, or what you call UAPs or UFOs, are actually great beings with majestic powers.
Yeah, man.
That have a hue and glow.
Yeah, that shit ain't good.
They're not these little green men, man. They're melanated beings that probably look like me and this brother. Probably darker than me because I'm light skinned. Probably darker than you.
Remember the interview that one Edomite had with the
he
woman?
said it was black. He was like black skin.
Black skin.
He's like no. Black skin. He's like, what do you mean by black? Black skin.
And when you get burnished brass, black skin.
Yep. And take black skin and then put that hue over it. Now it's sparkling. Yeah. Because mind you, what happens when you have the color black, right? You can put any color behind it, and it will what? It will shine that color,
and it'll look good.
And it will look good.
It would,
right?
Black with something on top of it.
You can put black with red, black and blue, black. So you got to think these melanated beings in all its majesty, but it got like a spiritual glow on them. Yeah, beautiful. You know, like this pretty motherfucker.
Yeah, that shit look crazy.
Beautiful.
That shit look crazy.
But at the same time, even though you see the beauty, in that beauty is nothing but power and might, man. Yeah. Mighty Yahweh Shem Shah. And these are warriors.
Not what Esau said.
These are warriors. If God is a man of war, you think he's not going to have warriors? That's what it says the Lord of hosts, right? Hosts meaning armies. Armies. Go ahead.
This is what Esau saw right here. 14. And the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of flash of lightning. That's super speed.
Yep.
They can't hold it.
They couldn't. Listen. like a flashlight. Boom, boom.
You showed it in the video.
I just showed it in the video.
Oh, it take off.
It was just showed in the video. You probably couldn't see it, but it literally you see a chariot. It was a lightning strike going on, and it was so fast. It was like boom in the lightning, and then you see the guy had to slow it down. You see a blue orb moving at whatever. Can't even call it Mach something.
Yo, they always say speeds we don't understand.
We can't comprehend it. There could be, matter of fact, I'm going to use Flash, right? Or Quicksilver.
He's a good one.
Or I'm going to use Quicksilver. If you watch the X-Men movie with Quicksilver, when the institution was blowing up, he was moving so fast that nobody seen him run out.
Yeah, correct. That's how speed is, for real.
That's speed.
Real speed.
Now,
like
think about that kind of speed and even faster. You can't comprehend it. An angel could walk up to me right now, hit me over the top of the head, and walk away, and I would not even have noticed it.
Your brain wouldn't
even comprehend.
Wouldn't comprehend until like what 5 minutes later, then you get knocked out or
He's
something.
like, oh, what happened?
Yeah.
You know,
the angel was here 5 minutes ago.
But listen, and mind you, that's low level. I'm trying to put it in
right.
perspective.
We just
trying to put that in perspective. But go ahead.
15. Now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his 4 faces. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of beryl, and they 4 had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it was a wheel in the middle of a wheel. See?
Yep.
That's a description. We see that all the time,
Yep.
different variations.
Yep.
When they went upon their 4 sides, and they turned not when they went. You know about that.
Yep.
As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about them 4. So the lights,
So
the windows,
the lights or the windows, whatever it is around the chariots, man.
Yeah.
The lights or the windows, giving off different colors, moving at crazy speeds. Mind you, if you got a wheel, right? Think of a donut. You take a donut, right? And you place a donut like this, right? You place it down. Why does a donut need to move like that when it could just go?
straight, back, forth, east, west, north, south. You just do whatever you want to do.
It's just moving.
Let's go.
It doesn't have to stop on a dime. It can just go. You understand what kind of? That's why you need. This is why, you know, and it also makes sense why you need a celestial body to be inside the chariots. Because think about it, our human bodies can't sustain certain Machs of speed.
Yeah, can't.
Right? If you got something that at within a split second can shoot up past the speed of light, come down, and you got a terrestrial body, you're gonna die.
You're gonna die. You can see a concept of that on Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah,
when they gotta put those masks on just to try to breathe with that inertia. That shit's too crazy.
Bro, you gotta think doom. Bro, one doom, you're dead.
Done.
You be splattered on the other side of the chariot. So the Lord gotta give us what? Spiritual bodies, celestial bodies to be able to what? Even withstand the power, all of that power. Bro, I don't believe I believe people are not now mind you, I'm just speaking as a man, but most people can't even fathom this. Just from our basic laws of physics, this defies it all. It makes sense on why you can't be in a chariot with a terrestrial body.
Right.
What if the motherfucker take off? You're dead.
You're dead. You're done.
You're
Flesh
dead.
and blood shall not inherit the kingdom of heaven.
Flesh and blood
literal
shall,
and spiritual.
It's literal and spiritual. Flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of heaven. It says, hide thyself in thy chambers just for a little while, for a little moment, right? But at the same time, in the twinkling of an eye, you were being changed before you get up in that joint.
Right.
Because you can't step foot. You're going to step foot, and probably the energy, you got to think of the spiritual energy will probably disintegrate your body. You got to think so much is going on, man. All right.
Yeah. This is verse 19. This is good. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. Mm-hmm. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. They were at one accord. And whatsoever the spirit was to go, they went thither. Was their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheel. So like basically,
so here we go.
Beam up into him, come out of him.
So let's say you got an angel with his 4 wings and he flying. His chariot moves with him.
Yeah.
So if he goes this way, his chariot, it's almost like thought. Remember, the Lord spoke us into existence, right? Everything you see around you is what? Vibrations, or what? Some kind of it's vibrations and speech, right? It's some type of vibration. These beings control these chariots by thought. Yep. Meaning I can be outside of my chariot's over here chilling, and as I'm thinking, it will follow. So if I'm saying I gotta hurry to get away, I could go in that direction, and the chariot I'm merging into the chariot like boom,
Boom.
I'm inside of it now.
The spirit is in the wheels.
I'm now with inside the wheel. I'm no longer outside of the wheel. The wheel's over here. That's why when we see those videos, it look like these small orbs and this big orb, and you see them like they're all going into each other. That could be a chariot inside of a chariot, or an angel in its light form merging back into the chariot.
Real rap.
Crazy.
Real rap. Real rap.
Crazy.
Real rap.
Bro, we out here like,
That's what it mean by the spirit was in the wheel. They're one accord. It goes with. It's under the command of the angel itself.
bro, it's crazy, bro. Be out here flying. You be like, yo, I don't feel like flying no more. And you just think about it, your chariot's already inside your chariot.
Boom.
Instead of you teleporting your chariot's so fast that you
Merging
you
to
in it. You sitting in your seat like nothing happened.
Right.
Or you standing, whatever. Listen, we don't know what the chariots look like or how they, I'm speaking as a man.
We know what they do though.
I'm speaking as a man. We don't know what they can do. We only know what the Lord is showing.
I'm talking about what this is.
Oh yeah. But just knowing this, man, the speed of them, being able, mind you, being able to, you were one with your chariot. This is why even in the scripture it said there's going to be a chariot above everybody's dwelling place. It's a symbol of power. Your chariot is a symbol of your power. Mm-hmm. Literally, it says in the kingdom of heaven there's going to be a chariot above everybody's home.
Yep. It does say that.
Chilling above everybody's home.
But that also makes sense of this because each chariot, each brother will have his own chariot.
Yep.
One with his own accord, and it's probably wherever he is in the crib.
It's almost like your chariot, and I hate to say your chariot kind of be like your pet.
Your pet, yeah, like in a way, yeah.
It do what you wanted to do when you wanted to do it, and
Yep.
whatever. Like
It's
your spiritual biometrics, and I'm just speaking as a man.
That's very good.
Your spiritual biometrics is linked to your chariot.
That's what it is. That's what's
Like
that's
literally,
what,
I could be like,
that's what's going on.
I could be like, all right, and I'm gonna make this even easier. I jump off a mountain just playing. My chariot already knows my thoughts, so as I'm following, my eyes closed, I open my eyes, I'm already sitting in my chariot because it already knew to come get me. Bro, listen, I'm blown away just even talking about it.
Real shit.
Go ahead,
That's
man.
what it's saying. Yo, peep this. It kind of reiterated, but go a little harder. Ezekiel 1 and 21. When those went, these went. And when those stood, these stood. And when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up from over against them. For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. They're in sequence.
Bro, the angels was just like, yo, it's time to go. You start running, your chariot already coming over top of you.
Yeah, it's right there.
It's in the chariot, you're going.
That shit is
Hey,
crazy.
bro, you gotta go.
That shit is crazy.
Yo,
That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy.
That's
That shit. Now I understand. Brothers be like, yo, forget this new will. I want a chariot. I get it.
I want a chariot.
I get it because
It
the
makes-
chariot can morph to what you want it to do.
Bro, I need a chariot.
That shit is crazy.
But you just gotta think of it. You gotta think about that kind of technology, bro. Let's say that technology was on the Earth. Do you know how many wars would probably end because it'd be like, yo, I'm sending in 2 super soldiers with their chariots. That's all you're gonna need because you behind enemy lines, and you just start thinking, yo, we gotta run to the south. You come out the back, you running, your chariot already know to come over. As you running, you get beamed into your chariot. Bro. Ah, man, dog.
That's what it's saying, bro. Yeah, bro. Yo, it's a biometric sequence conformed to your actual spirit.
Like I said, we speaking as men.
That makes sense, though.
Your spiritual biometrics is synced with your chariot, so your chariot knows to move when you move, stop when you stop, run when you run, and when you think, it already knows what you're thinking. Like you're completely synced to it, bro. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. If that's not spiritual power, what is, man? That's what it is, man. Man, you got more on that?
No, that's it on that. I'm gonna go with the angels. What the angels gonna be doing?
Con.
They're gonna. This is Matthew 24. 24, starting at 30, and it says, "And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory."
Because
See?
you got to think about it. First of all, if one chariot right now flew over Philadelphia slow enough for everybody to see, everyone would be petrified.
They lose their shit.
But now you got to think. It says the Son of Man is coming, and we already know the Son of Man is going to come flying upon a great mountain, or a fathership, if you will. And he's going to have all his entire army, his armada of chariots with him. It says the kings and the children of earth shall mourn. Why? Because they're going to be fearful, like it's over. It's a wrap. We're all going to die. It's completely done for. Go ahead.
Yep, it says, And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
And this is going to be fearful, because you're going to see thousands of chariots flying all over the place with a loud. Remember I told you about the. Remember we talked about the video. We heard the loud boom, and it shot up. You got to think this boom ain't going to just be citywide. This sound is going to be heard worldwide by this fathership. This fathership that Yahweh Shah is flying on is going to give off some kind of sound or whatever, and then you're going to start seeing thousands of chariots go in their different directions to the four corners of earth, gathering the elect. Why? Because of the pending judgment that's about to happen. Right? The ICBM nuclear missiles hitting America and other various places. And then you got to think about the war that's going on in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Most of the world is going to be war-torn, poverty-torn, and pestilence-torn, right? Most of the world. So the Lord, this is going to make the whole world mourn. Go ahead.
Yep. So I'm actually laying back. So you're right. So the angels are going to deliver the elect because of destruction. I'm getting that. So Isaiah 26:20, come my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed.
And what is the indignation? The indignation means righteous anger of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. So he says, hide yourself in thy chambers, which is the chariots, because remember the angels are going to be sent to the four corners of the earth to gather the elect, right? And while they're up in the chariots with their new spiritual bodies, because we already explained how the terrestrial cannot inherit the celestial, so they're going to be changed within the twinkling of an eye. They're going to get their new forms, their immortal forms, and they're going to be sitting up in the chariots while all hell is breaking loose on the earth, including that second death, right? That second death, which is the lake of fire, man. Them ICBM nuclear missiles, man. What?
Yep. And it says, all right. It says, 26 and 21, Isaiah. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. That's in that.
All right, man. So the Lord is coming back, man, with a reward, man. And the reward is going to go based off of how you lived in your life, whether you were chosen for death or you were chosen in the book of life, man. If you're out here in the highways and hedges, you're doing what the Lord tells you to do, man. You're offending less, following the law, statutes, commandments. The Lord is going to put you in one of those chariots, man. You're going to hide yourself in them chambers. But for all those that are not elected into that number, are going to have to they're going to have to know death by pain, man. They're going to have to know death by pain. And those that actually survive all of this, they only survived for what? So they can be put into slavery, man. Because there's going to be a plenty of work after the regime is toppled, the New World Order is toppled, and the Lord then establishes his new regime, which is the kingdom of heaven on earth. There's going to be so much cleaning and work to do to build this place back up, man. The Lord is going to allow the crops and the vegetation and the ecosystems to flourish again. Trees are going to grow to what their old majesty. Animals that were once extinct will be back. Things are going to be better. But in that same sentence, there's also going to be those which are the other 17 nations are going to be put into servitude, man. They're going to be put into servitude under the omnipotent king, man, which is Yahweh Shah, man. This is his kingdom, man. And Lord willing, we are part of that number that we're hiding ourselves inside them chambers, so we can be what? Part of the first fruits, and we can also get a chariot, and also what? Have the spoils of war, man. Have those spoils of war, man. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushua, Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles and bishops who teach and rule well, and shalom to the elect.
Shalom, brothers.